feel like kind of like a little bit of an elephant in the room is the big injury you had a couple of months ago, right?
Yes.
Do you just want to get into it and into what happened?
Yeah. We had a duel, which is like one lineup of one team versus the other one. So we had a duel against one of the biggest uh, schools, high schools here in the U.S. that came down to Puerto Rico to like come against Team Puerto Rico. Now I'm not supposed to go against them because I'm kind of a little older than them, but my coach wanted to get me in some matches because I was training for a bigger tournament, Pan Am's. So he's like, let's get some matches in with them, and I was like, okay, cool. So my last match for the day, we didn't even wrestle like not even half of the match before I went for a sprawl to defend her shot, put my leg out. I feel like my shoe got caught on the mat and my knee was still trying to go back to like defend the shot. So once it got caught on the mat, my knee kind of went out and back in. And that's when I heard a pop. I felt the pop. I tore my ACL, my meniscus, kind of let go of whatever I was doing. She obviously stopped. And yeah. And what sucked with that was after that happened, they took me to the hospital, and then they only did an X-ray. They're like, "Hey, you'll be fine. You'll be back in 2 weeks. You just sprained your ACL, MCL, and PCL." I'm like, "Okay, all CLs. Okay, cool." They're like 2 weeks, and I was like, "Perfect." I thought it was worse than that, and then I went home. Like 3 days later, my knee just kept getting bigger and more swollen, like bigger and bigger and more purple, and it was getting harder and harder to put weight on it. And like by the third day, I got up out of bed, and once I woke up, couldn't put any weight on it. Like I was in so much pain. They ended up getting me crutches, and I ended up getting an MRI, and that's when they told me I tore my ACL fully.
How did you deal with finding out that you tore your ACL?
So I did the MRI, and they decided to give me a call to give me the results back. So once they called me, and I was at my coach's house, and they're trying to talk to me, but as soon as they told me it's completely torn, they were trying to talk about the next steps, and the room kind of went quiet, the phone went quiet. I was just hearing like mumble, like bzzz. They were talking to me, and I wasn't hearing anything else. So I ended up getting my coach, and I gave him the phone, and I'm like, you talk to them. And I was just crying. I remember crying all day pretty much, and the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. Yeah, it was not just like back then, but like even now, it's definitely a hard thing to go through, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Um, it definitely affects you mentally a lot more than I thought it would. Um, yeah, it's a hard path to go through. Yeah.
Can we get a bit into how it affected you mentally? Because I think it's really interesting.
Well, as someone who feels like my sport defines me, or like felt that way, kind of still feel that way, it's hard not being able to do something that you do every single day. I haven't taken a break off of wrestling, like complete break, since I was probably a sophomore in high school, I want to say. So like the longest break I've ever taken is probably like a week and a half from wrestling ever since. Like even summer, we're always training. So my coach always told me never to get out of wrestling shape, so he would never let us get out of wrestling shape. So imagine going, what is it, like 9 years? Well, less than that, like 7 years or so, doing the same thing every day, and then getting called and be like, hey, you're technically not going to do it anymore for like a bit. It's just kind of heartbreaking, and you don't know who you are anymore, pretty much. And I still am trying to figure that out. I don't know who I am without wrestling. Who is Karoline without wrestling? I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure it out and go through life without wrestling for right now. And at that moment, that's what it felt like. Oh, I can't wrestle. Like, what do you mean I can't wrestle? Like, you don't get it. I do have to wrestle. Like, what do you mean I need surgery? Like, you're lying. No. So there's a lot of denial going through, and I hear the word patience through this whole journey. Patience. You need to have patience. You need to have patience. I don't want to have patience. I have patience. I want to get back on the mat. I want to compete. I want to put everything out there that I can, you know. But having this type of injury is like, no, sit your butt back down. Like, you need to stop and do something else in the meantime. And that's how it can like affect you, because I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm bored in my room. Before, like, I would be bored in my room and I could hit up a teammate or my coach and be like, hey, can we practice? Like, that was my free time. I'm gonna go work out on my free time. And now it's like I'm in my room and it's like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? Yeah.